Ladies and gentlemen, my fellow panelists, good evening. I am truly honored to have been given this opportunity to be a part of this powerful group of women and men, and Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairperson, for you to have chosen a career in representing the rights and interests of women signals to me that you're very comfortable with your masculinity. I'm very happy to be a part of this discussion and the way forward for women. I will focus for a few minutes on the Jamaican realities for leaders in our country. The most basic unit in terms of leadership is the family. And in Jamaica, we have learned some stark realities where family is concerned. These go beyond the traditional idea of mothers as head of families in the place of absent fathers and of grandmothers who raise grandchildren. What we have found time and again is that if you make employment available to men in urban depressed communities, only some of that money gets put to positive use, and there's little positive change on the community itself. However, when you put women from the same social setting to work, the community is transformed positively in immeasurable ways. These women not only use their earnings to improve the standard of living for their own family, but in a majority of cases, they also invest in the community by assisting neighbors, starting small businesses, and becoming more involved in the social fabric of the community. In effect, they are doing at the micro level exactly what political leaders hope to achieve at the macro level. These results suggest that the maternal instincts of women work greatly in their favor by driving them to perform for the community when they're in a position to do so. In Jamaica, we are very fortunate to have such a dynamic Prime Minister in the Most Honorable Portia Simpson Miller, as her rise to that position has caused her to serve as a role model for other women to believe that the sky is the limit. Much of her political success of the Jamaican people, they see her as the mother of the nation, that she loves all Jamaicans, and that she will always try to do what is best for the country. Even with many Jamaican women holding key positions in society, gender stereotypes still exist. However, especially in the areas of construction, unskilled laborers, mining, factory workers, and even in the transportation sector. These we find, however, are rapidly being eroded by women who are unafraid to challenge the status quo. The success of our athletes in sport has also helped to elevate the status of women and made men more willing to accept their leadership potential. So, not only do we boast of having the fastest man in the world, we also boast of having the fastest woman in the world. While we cannot claim to have achieved full gender balance, we can say that the proverbial old boys network is quickly losing strength, and there are a great many Jamaican women at the helm of powerful private and public sector corporations and entities. Ladies and gentlemen, the legislation for reform for our women in Jamaica is completed and is in place, but legislation by itself will not allow us to realize our goals. Women still play triple roles as physical providers with responsibilities for bearing children, social providers with regards to rearing and maintenance of families, and economic provider. Nevertheless, despite a lack of majority of women in Parliament, there is no limit to the kind of influence women in Jamaica are able to exert. We have strong women's movements as part of each of our political parties, which are designed to nurture young political talent among women wishing to enter representational politics. The question is, however, these political parties, They must not only offer women as tokenism to be candidates in seats, they must offer us seats which we can actually win. These political parties, we must be there to insist that, in effect, they place women in ministerial roles where there are real budgets and where you can make real impact on the society. These political parties must realize that women form the great majority of workers and delegates of their parties. Women must also recognize that we play a critical role in the advancement and the progress of these political parties. And therefore, when we vote for those who will become our representatives, we must stand up for women. As we strive for greater gender equality, we realize that this must occur through a process of systematic changes in which the role of young women begin to become more diverse and less stereotypical. We must also be resolute in continuing to strengthen those who currently lead and increase those numbers, recognizing not only the potential of women, but the power of the woman. Thank you.